Hi and welcome to the video of my first playthrough playing Disney Dreamlight Valley for the first time. This game has been out for quite a while now, but I only recently just got around to playing it and I've had a really great time playing, and I thought I would take you with me for my first playthrough of the game. So if you don't know what Disney Dreamlight Valley is, it's an adventure game that's based in a world filled with Disney characters, and it all happens in Disney Dreamlight Valley, which has been taken over by the Forgetting, and your character's mission is to restore the valley to its former glory and hopefully bring back the characters that unfortunately left or were forgotten that are in the valley. So upon travelling to the Disney dimension, I was introduced to the world by the wizard Merlin, and I had no memory of the world previously. I discovered that it had recently been taken over by the Forgetting. I'd apparently teleported to the world through my dreams from my original world, and Merlin believed I had arrived to save the valley after the original ruler had to leave mysteriously. I started to ask what I would be able to do, and Merlin believed that I had a certain magic that would be able to help the valley itself in terms of removing what we call the night thorns, which were the purple plants that surrounded the whole world. And he thought that removing them would allow the memories of the villagers there to be restored, and it would allow the world to become beautiful again. So Merlin wanted to start to put my magic through its paces, and the first challenge that Merlin gave me was to remove the night thorns that covered a random house that had been left. Once I had succeeded in removing the night thorns, Merlin gave me the further challenge to remove the night thorns that were inside the house that would officially be my house later on, where I could keep all of my furniture and all of my stored items. So once we got into this house, my mission was to remove all the night thorns and all the debris that was inside. Once I had done that, Merlin found a glowing orb that was a memory. It was a memory of Merlin and Mickey Mouse when the night thorns were taking over. This restored Merlin's memory further. He then remembered about the magic items that would help me, including the watering can, the pickaxe, the shovel, and the fishing rod. Once I left the house, my mission was to be able to find these items. Once I was going through the garden just outside my house, I actually found the watering can, which would help me with gardening. It would help me water plants. This would allow me to grow different things. I then started to remove more of the night thorns that actually gave me items such as coins, coal, and some other things. I then found a squirrel and found out you can interact with them. I gave the squirrel the completely wrong item. I did learn that later on. I also found out about the magic well that would allow me to access the map and also showed me more about Dreamlight, which I learned more about later on. I then found out that you could find mystery bags that would give you items such as furniture and clothing. Then I managed to find Scrooge McDuck, and he was down by his shop that was quite run down at the time, and he wanted me to help him to restore not only his business but also to help another character. Scrooge told me that I would need star coins in order to help him to build his shop, which would have furniture and wardrobe items that I could purchase from him. I've been to him many times since. Anyway, he wanted me to go and find Goofy, and At this point I managed to find the magic pickaxe that would allow me to mine loads of different stone items and mine for minerals and gems and all sorts. And once I got this, it magically turned to day. So the night was no longer. So it was quite good being able to see now in the light. And then I went to go and find Merlin, who was up by the Dream Castle, the area that would allow me to travel to different dimensions and meet new characters and bring them to the valley. And he said that the castle, because it was covered by night thorns, I wouldn't be able to enter, but I would be able to remove the night thorns if I had enough Dreamlight. And I could get Dreamlight by completing different tasks, and there were different categories for these tasks that you continue to do in the game. This includes gardening or talking with certain characters, just any actions that you can do in the world, and this earns you Dreamlight. And with Dreamlight you could then use it to travel to different lands and get into different buildings and such, which is very useful later on. I then managed to find the magic shovel, and with this I could dig holes and earn more items. I then managed to find the magic fishing rod as well, which started me a new quest with Goofy. And at this time I also found a white rabbit and also gave it the wrong thing, which now I feel very silly. But anyway, we managed to find Goofy and I gave him the broken fishing rod, hoping that he would be able to fix it for me. He introduced himself to me and he managed to help me with fixing my fishing rod, but he wanted me to help him to restore his stall that was in the meadow. Once he helped me get a fishing rod, he said he'd be able to show me how to go fishing in the ponds that were in the valley. So I went down and yeah, I wasn't very good at fishing to begin with, but I managed to get a fish in the end. And then I went to Goofy's stall, met with Scrooge and managed to get Goofy's stall up and ready for him. With Goofy's stall I would be able to purchase and sell items, which would be very useful for me. I then went to go meet Scrooge and he basically said to me that I will need to earn some coins in order to help him with his shop. I then went to meet with Merlin and he said that I would soon be able to open the castle doors, and he rewarded me on being able to collect all the items that he set from me. And then I was finished with my first playthrough of the game. I hope you enjoyed the video. I've been playing a lot of Disney Dreamlight Valley since, and if you'd like an updated video on how far I am into the game, then just let me know. I hope you enjoyed the video and keep an eye on my channel for future videos.